Hello everyone, and welcome back to Trails from Zero. Voice is a little stronger, we're getting there, slowly but surely, and my voice didn't crack doing the opening, so we'll take it, right? As we left off, we were, I think just about to go talk to good old interrogate in his office? Yeah. I always check ahead in the guide just a little bit, try not to read much, but just seeing what's coming up in terms of missables and stuff. We are pretty close to the end of the prologue. We've still got a few things to do, but I think we should be able to hit the end of it today. It'll be exciting. Oh, that is not an office. It's an office. It is an office! Okay. You take it. Oh, you're back already. Managed to stop those delinquents? Well, about that. We think the situation might be a bit more complicated than expected. How so? Lloyd explained everything they had learned to Chief Sergei. Interesting. Chief? Alright. I'll leave everything concerning this case to you lot, then. Wait, what? What do you mean by that exactly? Whether you're willing to continue the investigation is entirely up to you. You won't be getting any info about Ravash out of me either. You'll have to dig for it on your own. How are we supposed to? If I told you to stop the investigation, would you follow orders? What? The Mafia being involved in this case already overcomplicates things. As your supervisor, the most logical step for me is to order you to close the case, immediately. Now, is that what you want me to do? No. If we gave up now, it would just leave a bad taste in my mouth. Randy's right, especially after learning as much as we have. We're at, 0.5 voices, you know what I mean? I can kind of get a little bit in there, but it's just all hidden under a layer of scratchy. Whatever, we take it. I agree as well. Well, I suppose if you naive kids slipped up and got yourselves hurt on my watch, I'd have a hard time sleeping at night. So I'll do you a favor and introduce you to a trusted consultant of mine. A consultant? Sergei handed over a business card to Lloyd. Grimwood Law Office. Something about that name rings a bell. It's located over on West Street, run by a lawyer named Ian. Big, bearded guy. Oh, near the bakery, right? I remember talking to him a couple of times when I lived in the area. I've heard of him too. Mr. Grimwood mainly provides legal consultations to corporations and other businesses, right? Though I believe he also offers his services to ordinary citizens too. That's right. Between his build and his beard, I did that backwards, guy almost looks like a bear, so people have taken to call him Grizzly Okay, that's just kind of a raw name. No joke. I'm sure he's got loads of info on the Mafia. I know a couple people who would love to get themselves a Grizzly Grim. Big old teddy bear. Who knows? He might even have new intel that even the CPD doesn't know. Really? That is quite impressive. Just what kind of guy is this lawyer? You'll find out when you meet him. I've spoken with him previously about S related matters. He'll at least hear you out if you tell him you're with the Special Support Section. I figure if nothing else, this will be a good opportunity for you to go introduce yourselves. Understood. We'll check in with him. West Street is just around the corner. Everyone okay with paying this law office a visit? Of course. Shall we head out? Pay attention to what he says. Might have some useful info for you. No pep talk, eh, Chief? Yeah. Oh, and I did get very mildly spoiled on one thing, which I think is really interesting. Very shortly here, we're going to have to choose a party member to go pair off with. I imagine we're going to split up or something. I didn't read. But apparently, bonding points are a thing. and I guess if you choose things carefully at certain times, you can actually, each of the three, and I'm rambling, each of the three other characters has like I guess a special scene, probably when you're at like max bonding points, so kind of like a social link or something, but you can see all three in a single playthrough. So I'm going to be trying to do that, but apparently for this first one it doesn't matter, just remember who you picked, right? Where are we going? We're going to West Street. So that's the thing. Through the back alley, don't mind us. That is not West Street. I refuse to look at the map. Harper did... Oh, right, okay. I thought... Yeah, I forgot about this. The rich suburbs. I do know what West means, I promise. That's Hayworth residence. Although, I won't lie, out of all the directions, West seems to be the one I mix up the most. Like, East... Oh, yeah, that's my right, got it. Like, just instantly. But when I think of West, sometimes I have to be like... Northeast, southwest. Okay, and I gotta like point in the... I don't know why it is. Just west I seem to struggle with sometimes. House. Okay, no. I don't need house. Is it down... Ooh, is it down here? No. Oh, Representative Campbell, no. They said it was West Street. Is that not where we are? What? I didn't even look at the name of the place when I came in. I'm like, oh, yep, that's West Street. I literally forget this chunk of the city exists out of all of them so far. I guess because it's mainly just businesses? I don't know. Grimwood Law Office. I believe this is the place. Yeah, I've seen its owner around the neighborhood before. I had no idea he was such a prestigious lawyer, though. Well then, Mr. Grimwood, I'm sure we'll speak again in the near future. Of course, I'll be here. Can't your division do anything more to solve this, though? I wish you'd think a little more about how this will impact the citizens. Currying favor with the populace is not my responsibility. If you'll excuse me, is it the Dick? No, okay, we don't know this guy. You four. He's with the cops. Is something the matter? He's also probably evil. Look at that smile. Look at that hair. Yeah, I see. So you're those pups that Sergei decided to adopt. Come again? Hold on. That badge. You work for the CPD too? Who I am isn't important to you. I imagine you're here to speak with Mr. Grimwood about something. Whatever it is, I hope you don't intend on wasting his time. Unlike you useless rookies, he's a busy man. Excuse me? Off he goes. What was his problem? He looked like a detective from one of the investigative divisions. He appeared to be the arrogant type. Maybe, but I get the feeling Specs there can hold his own. Did you notice the weapon strapped under? I didn't. Leave it to a soldier. Wait, he had a weapon? I didn't even see it. Impressive observation, Randy. I detected it with my sensors. He carried a large handgun. Military grade, I believe. Yeah, sounds about right. Dang, guys. Hey, I mean, you know, each of us brings something different to the team, and all of it's valued. I really appreciate that. I actually do think it's just these four as our party members throughout the game, and I think that's a really nice touch. Because, like, don't get me wrong, I love the cast of the Sky Trilogy. They're all amazing. Several of them more than others, but, like, they're all amazing. But the fact that you have to, like, basically never use a chunk of them, I hate that in RPGs. So I do appreciate when a game like this you just have the cast, you know, you don't have to swap it out. But I did see that we had 2 options for support party members. So I'm guessing we are going to get like those, is it 4? Yeah, 1 male and 3 female doors of the floors were locked. So I think we are going to get like support members we can switch between, kind of like Sky the Third. But we'll see how it goes. Huh, it was nothing. I just managed to catch it out of the corner of my eye. More importantly, should we not head inside and greet the lawyer? Oh, right. I'm sure he's very busy, but we should still go ahead and introduce ourselves. Really quick. We've only got 1 battle scope. I should grab a few more of those really quick. Oh, I didn't want to talk to you. No, stop it. Let me purchase your wares. You know what? Fuck it. Go ahead and stock up. Hokey dokey artichoke. Forget something, detective. Honestly, very similar beard to me. He obviously keeps it much more trim. I let it get scraggly and overgrown as fuck. He's got some, not gonna lie, some very nice definition on his corners there. But yeah, very similar hair and beard, except I let my hair get a little bit longer. Pardon me, I mistook you all for someone else. Welcome to the Grimwood Law Office. How can I help you today? Oh, no need to hold back. If you have a question, ask away. You 4 look quite young. Have you gotten in some trouble with loans? Or perhaps you're looking to open a business together? Come now, ask me anything. Ooh, AMA? No, sir, it's nothing like that. This guy's got a lot of energy for an old man. So this is the famous Grizzly Grim. I see the rumors are true. Hold on. Now that I've taken a closer look, I can't help but feel as if I've seen you somewhere before, young man. Are you one of the kids that used to... Oh, he's good with kids and he's got a good memory. Yeah, I can see why people love him. Wow, you remember me. That's right. I lived in one of the apartment complexes here about 3 years ago. Allow me to properly introduce myself. My name is Lloyd Bannings. So you did live here. Yes, that explains why you look so familiar. Wait. Bannings? Then, could you be Guy Bannings' younger brother? Uh-huh. Yeah, I am. You knew my brother then? More than just knew him, we... Interesting. Never mind. I suppose you're here to discuss something important. Come on in. You can fill me in on the details once we take a seat. Oh, and where are my manners? I'm Ian Grimwood, lawyer and head of this law firm. I see. I was wondering when I would meet the SSS that Sergei told me he was putting together. Oh yes, now that I think about it, I read an article in the Crossbell Times about you. You certainly showed diligence and spunk right out of the gate, didn't you? Yeah, well, they sure took some liberties with that article. So Guy's younger brother is a police officer now, too. My, how wonderful. I can only imagine this is Ideos' will. Mr. Grimwood, can I ask what your relationship was with my brother? Well, the same one I expect you and I will now have. Guy used to drop by occasionally to share and exchange all sorts of information with me. As I'm sure you know, he was an incredibly talented detective. So I'd wager he ended up helping me far more than I was able to help him. Wait a moment. Lloyd, your older brother is a detective? The hell, man? Why didn't you tell us about him? Sorry, guys. I guess it just never came up. Besides, Guy's no longer with us. You mean he was killed in the line of duty? About 3 years ago now. Oh. That explains why you left Crossbell. What happened to Guy truly was tragic. Believe it or not, I've conducted my own investigations into that particular incident. Sadly, any leads that may exist eluded me. Is that so? Well, let's put that aside for now. Oh yeah, he's like, yeah, well, I'll come talk to you about that later, dude. It's not why we've come here today. Mr. Grimwood, we've explained our situation. Is there anything you can share with us pertaining to Ravache or its recent activities? Ravache. As a name surrounded by nothing but sinister rumors. Illegal dealings with both the Empire and the Republic. The selling of stolen goods. Mirror laundering. Weapon trafficking. And even operating as the middleman for hiring Jaegers. I'd say it's more than likely they take advantage of Crossbell's unique situation to aid them in each and every one of their long list of crimes. What do you mean by unique situation? Well, what he means is, while trade and commerce have grown exponentially over the past few years, Crossbell's political foundation is quickly deteriorating, right? Well put. I keep wanting to say Crossbellian, but it's just Crossbellin. Crossbellin politics are currently in an extremely fragile state. The majority of politicians choose to align themselves with either the Empire or Republic, and are nothing more than greedy, power-hungry leeches. Even if some kind of legislation to crack down on Ravache was proposed, it would never pass. There are simply too many Diet members in their party. I don't understand what a Diet member is. Let's look it up together, because this is driving me a little crazy. So it's specifically a Japanese thing, which I guess Crossbell has too. Is the National Diet is the national legislature of Japan. It is composed of a lower house called the House of Representatives and an upper house, the House of Councilors. Both houses are directly elected under a parallel voting system. In addition to passing laws, the Diet is formally responsible for nominating the Prime Minister. Then to establishment. Okay, apparently there's also a German Imperial Diet. Okay. In politics, a Diet is a formal deliberative assembly or legislature. The term is used for some assemblies, such as the German Imperial Diet, the General Assembly of the Imperial States of the Holy Roman Empire, as well as a designation for modern-day legislative bodies of certain countries and states, such as the National Diet of Japan, or the German Bundestag, which doesn't, okay, or the Federal Diet. Term, also the nutritional sense of a diet, is believed to be derived from dieta, from medieval Latin, meaning both parliamentary assembly and daily food allowance. From earlier Latin, dieta, and that's D-I-A-E-T-A, possibly meaning way of living, and hence also diet, regular food, or regular daily work. Okay, cool. Hey, the more you know, right? Sorry, it's just that was driving me a little crazy, because apparently Crossbell has a diet. Okay, just so you know. But yeah. Okay, so basically, if it helps too, you can think of it as like a senator, or fuck is the Canadian equivalent? What it? MLA? We have Senate. We have a Senate too. So just a senator. Okay. Oh. They kind of mean different things. But yeah, we have senators too. Good enough. Move on. Don't get distracted. For real? Damn. Unfortunately, he's correct. The number of Diet members tied to the Mafia is higher than I'd like to admit. That's likely the main reason the police can't touch them. The issue seems quite complicated, or perhaps I am simply still too young to understand. Does this mean Ravage can commit any crime they want with no repercussions? No, it hasn't gotten to that point yet. If the government were to turn a blind eye to any obvious crimes on their part, I'm sure it would send Crossbellans and our surrounding nations into an uproar. Therefore, Ravage has been very careful to avoid directly interfering with the citizenry's daily lives. However, as long as they don't actually cross that line, the CPD won't lay a finger on them. They've overlooked so many of Ravage's smaller crimes that they can't see what they've all added up to. This can't be real. Yeah, you're basically in the most corrupt police force in Zemuria, which is insane. Probably, honestly, maybe almost as corrupt as the average American police force. Yeah. Behind all this city's neon lights, there are demons lurking in the shadows. Canadian ones too. The ones I've met, it's mostly have been okay. I don't know. Complicated issue. Moving on. I can only wonder what sort of information is inside those highly classified documents. Anyway, that's essentially all I know about Ravage. However, I need to mention that the situation with the Mafia has taken a turn. Really? Could you explain? I hear that even the CPD has only just acquired this intel, but apparently a new faction strong enough to oppose Ravage has recently surfaced. And by all accounts, they are quite powerful indeed. A new faction? Surely it's not the Bracer Guild, right? No. This new faction isn't a threat to Ravage because they're looking to bring them to justice. They're a threat because they're in the same line of business. You see, there's a powerful organization that operates out of the Republic's eastern quarter, and it's already managed to worm its way into Crossbell. What? You're certain of this? Yes. Previous rumors on this organization turned out to be true, so I have no reason to be skeptical now. They're called Hayu. Just recently, a new commercial unit registered under the name of Hayu Trading opened for business in the Harbor District. Hayu. The name certainly seems to be of Eastern origins. If things go south, it'd mean a war between two organized crime groups. Petty fights we've seen between the street gangs would be nothing compared to that. You're absolutely right. At the very least, there haven't been any overt signs of a dispute between the two groups just yet. Ugh. English. However, I wouldn't be surprised if they began battling each other outside of the public eye. The 1st Division seems to be keeping a close eye on the whole thing. You don't say. So the man with glasses who left right when we arrived was... Yes, that was Dudley. That was Detective Dudley from the 1st Division. Coincidentally, he was asking me questions on the same topic. A coincidence indeed. I wonder if the SSS building has been bugged. Lloyd? You went quiet all of a sudden. Let me guess, you noticed something? Yeah. I still need time to sort it all out in my head, though. Thank you very much, Mr. Grimwood. Without your help, we wouldn't have been able to find the lead we needed to move forward with our investigation. I'm just glad I could be of assistance. Sergei's always been a tremendous help to me, so personally, I'll be praying for your success. If you ever run into any problems, you're welcome to stop by here anytime. Cool. Big bear ally acquired. I bet that dude gives amazing hugs. I'm a great hugger. Game meets game, you know what I mean? So what's the next course of action? Should we go back to the SSS building and sort through all the information we've gathered? Good idea. But before we do that, now's the time to wrap up any unfinished business we still have to take care of. If my hunch about the truth of these incidents is correct, well, let's just say we're in for a bumpy ride. Well, we'll just have to buckle up then, won't we? Anyhow, let's head back to base once we've crossed off everything on our to-do list. Sound good? Yes, it does. Let us make haste. Cool. I think we've done everything we can, but I'll double check anyways. Nope, we're pretty much good. What I will do really quick is we're gonna go to not here. Not here. Come on. There we go. just want Lloyd to be at full health. I don't know if it'll heal us anyways, but like that was bothering me. I don't want to go stay at the hotel either. Okay, and then how we doing on Sepith? Okay, I can't slot anything. That's fine. Well, any one, I should say. We've got battle scopes. We've got a few healing items. Bought in all the missables, so we're probably good. Don't have any enough ingredients to make anything we know how. That's fine. We're doing the money. I am flat broke, because of course I am. Yeah, those are probably fine. Alright, then let us head back. That's not... Yeah, yes it is. I know my directions. What's that? A message, maybe? What? What's what? Bulletin board? Oh, there's a note stuck to the bulletin board. We've got some errands to run. Wrap up the case however you see fit. Oh, I guess he stepped out. Who wants to bet that he ran away because the case seemed like a pain in the ass? No, he's giving himself plausible deniability and us the freedom to not be bound by all the corruption. We cannot rule out that possibility. Well, at the very least, we've been given permission to solve this case however we like. So with that in mind, what's our next step? Should we review what we know? Yeah, definitely. Let's get this meeting started then. First off, we should review all our info that's relevant to the case. The incident took place around midnight, 5 days ago. Members of both the Saber Vipers and Testaments were each ambushed by unknown assailants. However, you know what, I just want to say, just flash into my head, at some point in this game, probably near the finale, when shit's going down, both the Saber Vipers and the Testaments will come to our rescue, and they'll be like, go, we'll take care of this, and then they'll bust out their weapons, they'll fight whatever the hell is happening, but bet. However, the attacks occurred at 2 different locations in the city's downtown district. Here, and here. The Testament member was attacked in the alleyway to the west, and the Saber Viper got messed up in front of Ignis, which is towards the east. In other words, the attacks happened at opposite ends of the area. Exactly. By spacing them this far apart, it prevented each group from immediately learning about the attack on the other. Both gangs took their wounded members directly back to their respective bases, and the victims were moved to the hospital the next day. Weren't the victims transported there in the same ambulance? Yeah, I can only imagine how much of a shock that was to the paramedics. The gangs, however, wouldn't be aware of the ambulance's passengers. So consequently, each group came to the conclusion that they were attacked by the other, which is what we confirmed today. Yeah, the only answer that makes sense is that there is a third party involved. Unless both groups rehearse their accounts, chances of either group being responsible for attacking the other are pretty slim. Agreed. Based on the evidence so far, it's safe to assume the attacks were the work of some third party. All we can do now is consider all the possibilities and rule out the ones that don't seem feasible. But we already have an idea who that third party might be. Isn't that right, Lloyd? Yeah. They're the ones in control of Crossbell's criminal underbelly, the notorious Mafia, Ravash & Co. According to the intel Grace shared with us, someone spotted mafiosos snooping around the downtown district a couple weeks ago. Unfortunately, we don't have the time to verify the credibility of that. But for now, let's continue the review with the assumption that Ravash was responsible for both attacks. Well, that just brings us to the next question. What was their motive? Exactly. Figuring out the answer to that is crucial. If we can't figure out their motive, we're all the way back to square one. Motive, huh? There's hardly any conflict of interest between the Mafia and the 2 gangs. There must be some line that connects those 3 dots together. I imagine you already have some idea of what that is, don't you, Lloyd? Well, I can't say with absolute certainty, of course, but I think there's at least one thing that might connect these 3 factors. That was for extra detective points, too, for the record. The only realistic possibility that comes to mind is Hayu. Alright, our grizzly friend mentioned them, didn't he?
That definitely feels like the most likely possibility for now. In that case, though, what about how you connects these three? In order for them to be connected, there must be some necessity. For example, was it the connection with Hayu that made the attacks against the two gangs unavoidable?
Yeah, that would explain everything.
Oh?
What you thinking? Well, about that necessity Tio mentioned. What do you think Ravash would do if they found out Hayu was trying to establish a foothold in Crossbell? Well, I imagine they'd want to build up their forces pronto. Recruit more people and upgrade their weaponry, you know? Ravash should have no problems getting new weapons, given their known smuggling operations. But how do they go about recruiting people? A good question.
Normally you'd hire Jaegers, but that's unlikely in Crossbell's case, given the scrutiny the neighboring countries put on us. So long as the NAP stands, the NAP, Erebonia and Calvard would never overlook unauthorized Jaegers entering the state. The two Diet factions representing them would likely react the same way, too. Oh, that's it! Lloyd, could the Mafia be
recruiting the gang members? Hot-blooded and more or less disciplined. I can't think of a more perfect pool of candidates to beef up the Mafia's presence in the city. But there are certain individuals in each gang preventing that, aren't there?
Right. I could never see Wazi cooperating with the Mafia. And I doubt Wald would bow down to any kind of authority, even Ravash. He is not the type of person who would allow others to boss him around.
So Ravash realizes this and plots to weaken the two gangs, intending to swoop in later and bag the remaining members. Hell, that must be it. Remember, this is still nothing more than a theory. All we've done is bring together the facts and try to make sense of them. Oh, look at you being all modest.
I think that your analysis of the situation isn't too far off from the truth, Lloyd. Your reasoning was sound and logical. Clearly, your detective certifications were well earned.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. So, everyone, our next move should be to explain our theory to those two, don't you think?
Those two?
Hey, you don't mean... I sure do. Walled Whales and Wazi Hemisphere.
Fucking names.
Leaders of the Saber Vipers and the Testaments.
Hazy, starry sky at night scene.
Station Street, near where the construction materials are stored. Asking me to come here alone in the middle of the damn night. Who do these police brats think they're dealing with? Train!
Nice train.
Is that?
The last train bound for Calvard? Yes, I believe it was.
Wazi!
Good evening, Wald. What a beautiful night to bathe in the mystic moonlight, wouldn't you agree?
Oh, this is rich. You pretended to be one of those CPD pipsqueaks to catch me off guard? You must think you're so damn clever. Fine! Bring it on, pretty boy! If you're looking for a fight, I'm more than happy to give you one. Let's end this!
You know I'm always up for a bit of late-night wrestling.
If I was on cam, you'd see me side-eyeing you right now with that phrasing.
But alas, I am but a mere guest at this rendezvous.
The hell does that mean?
You'll see soon. They just arrived.
It's you, punks. Sorry to keep you waiting, guys.
Oh no, it's a pleasure to be here. So what's this fun anecdote you promised to share with us?
Well, I don't know if fun is the right word exactly, but I'm sure you'll both find it interesting at least. Hold the phone. Anecdotes? Fun? What the hell are you two going on about?
Oh, Wald, you're such a simpleton.
What did you...
Surely you remember the incidents that occurred 5 nights ago. They're here to tell us who they believe the culprit was, obviously.
The culprit? What do you mean?
Impressive deduction, Wazi. I assume you already had your own suspicions. Well, at first, I wondered if one of my members had perhaps acted out of line. But as I started to sort things out, I realized that something was off about the whole situation. And that goes for the Saber Viper's side, too. Sadly, that's as far as my deductions could take me.
I see. That will make things easier to explain at least. Walled whales. I know there are still gaps in our theories. Still, would you listen to what we found so far? Fine. Keep it short. Waste a minute of my time, and I'll bash that baby face of yours in.
The group explains.
And that's what we've come to with the information on hand. I'd like to hear each of your thoughts on it.
My, how unexpected. To think that we played right into the Mafia's hands.
Does that mean
you agree with Lloyd's theory? But of course. After all, Ravash sent some of their agents to visit us already. They asked us to work for them, promising us the moon and stars for our service. Needless to say, I immediately turned them down and sent them on their merry way.
Huh, interesting. That settles things with one of them.
So, Wald, I assume the Mafia paid you a social call as well?
Yeah, about a month ago. They were acting all high and mighty, so I decided to show them what real strength looked like. Sent them packing real fast. Can't believe they actually had the balls to pull a fast one on me like this. Warzy, I'm postponing our duel. First, I gotta warm up by crushing the smug mugs of those mobsters.
Wait, you can't. Such a short temper.
Calm down, Wald. Acting recklessly will just lead to...
The last time was merely jest, but you really are a simpleton.
Say that again.
You know perfectly well that you don't stand a chance against the Mafia on your own. Just imagine it, the leader of the Saber Vipers, Walled Whales, waltzing into the Mafia's sights like a pig to slaughter. You won't stand a chance.
Shut it! We don't know what'll happen till we try.
Maybe you could survive, but what about your poor little vipers? Can they catch bullets with their teeth?
What do you propose we do then, you bony wise ass? You really expect me to just sit here and swallow the shame of having our men hurt like that? Huh?
Of course I don't. I believe that only a small part of the Mafia was actually involved in this little scheme. As such, there's no need to take the whole organization on, just the handful of them who have it coming. And I know just the way to get our revenge and ensure they never show their faces in the downtown district ever again. I'll require your help, though, Wald.
You need my help? Hold on, you two. What are you planning? If you do anything to break the law...
Oh, relax. If anything illegal happens, you'll be right there to stop it. After all, you're helping too.
We're doing what now?
Isn't it your responsibility to resolve the conflict brewing in the downtown district? I'd claim that makes it your obligation to gently persuade the Mafia into leaving all of us down there alone. For good. Do correct me if I'm wrong, Lloyd.
Well,
what exactly is Warzy talking about? I do not quite understand either.
It looks to me like he's about to sink his fangs into poor Lloyd.
Remember, it was you who bothered to call us out here to share your grand theory. Isn't it only natural to see this case through?
Got mighty close to say that, bro. If you want to kiss, do it later. 3 days passed. Confrontation between the rival gangs died down, fortunately. Downtown district was enveloped in an atmosphere so tranquil it bordered on eerie. Yeah, they're waiting. Then... Huh. It's way too quiet around here. We went through all that effort, and those dumbasses still haven't torn each other apart? Don't you worry. Those guys are doused in gasoline at this point. One small spark and everything will be up in flames. Those morons won't even know what hit them. All we gotta do is find another underling or two and beat the crap out of them. Blue or red, it doesn't matter. It don't matter. As soon as you see one, kick his ass. For your own sake, you better not get caught. Use a slingshot for a saber viper, and just bash one of those Testaments guys from behind. Got it. Let the hunt begin, boys. I like this thing. OST has been a banger after banger so far. Ooh, that hurt. One tiny blue bunny down. What a dumbass. Fell right into our trap. We don't got time to waste. Rough him up, boys. Just be sure you don't kill him. This is just business. No hard feelings, okay? Think again. I had a feeling that was Lloyd. What? What the hell? Man, I'm honestly a little shocked. I really didn't think you'd fall into our trap so easily. Who the hell is this guy? To tell you the truth, I'd be fine with cuffing you and taking you down to the precinct already. But I'm not sure the force will find just this one sting operation sufficient evidence to hold you, so I'll have to let you go this time. Oh, crap! Don't tell me this guy's with... He's a cop? Not to worry, boys. He's just a special helper. Dude, are you serious? How the hell did they fall for this? Lloyd's prediction was impeccable. Are you alright, Lloyd? Yeah, I'm fine. Putting that shock-absorbing pad under my hood was definitely a good call, though. Damn it! They were on to us? Since when? Well then, gentlemen, that raises the question. What will be our next move? Surrender peacefully now, and I may be merciful towards your misdeeds. Or, if you prefer, we can do the hunting this time. That may prove entertaining. Damn! Quick, split up! Hey, hold on! Two of you, come with me. Was he? Hey, hold on a sec. Crap. What should we do, Lloyd? I'm gonna go with, Ellie here. Come with me, Ellie. Randy, Tio, I'll leave the other group to you. So we'll just remember next time we're forced to, choose between them, we've picked Ellie. It hasn't gone into detail in the guide yet, so I don't really know how it all breaks down, but, like, we've all played games with similar mechanics. Still Nomad had that. You got it! Most games like this have something like that. It's kind of surprising Sky didn't, but I mean, Estelle and Joshua were established. Damn it! I can't believe those little brats from the police are involved. I'll need to contact headquarters and request backup. But hold on. If the boss finds out we screwed up, he'll... Damn. Fine, then we should at least... Where do you punk asses think you're going? I knew they'd have, Walled on the, bridge. He's the perfect wall. What? When did they get here? Checkmate. Yeah, that was easy enough. The ball's in Lloyd's and Ellie's court now. Damn, those morons. We've got much choice now. We'll have to go from the back. Ooh, good jumps, dude. Huh, a valiant effort, but no dice. Where did you come from? Jump for it! Now you're trapped. You've got nowhere else to run now! Phew, that was quite the wild goose chase, wasn't it? Ugh! Sorry to disappoint, but our fun little game of cops and robbers has come to an end. Surely you've realized your best option is to surrender, no? Look at you cocky little brats! You think you're so damn smart? We're about to show you what happens when you force professionals to get serious. Better hope you live to regret it. It seems they want to fight after all. Well, I, for one, am happy to oblige. I can continue to count on your support, right, Lloyd? Funnily enough, I almost said the same thing. Let's do this! They're coming! Let's get our scopes quick. Ooh, 1,000 health. Okay, Mafioso Machete. Member of Ravage, excels in close combat, and wields a machete. Ooh, ooh, ooh! What? Ooh, cool! I didn't even notice. Oh, okay, cool. I didn't think I could control him. What has he got? Ooh. Ooh! That's a nice spell. I didn't even see that before. That removes all debuffs. You know we love to see it. Alright, why don't you, at least slow him down, yeah. Ow. I was hoping he was out of range. Less health, Mafioso Pistol. Uses powerful ammo that overcomes defenses. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't like your AoE, buddy. Ooh, okay, that's not gonna be a breeze of fight. You have no healing. I'm a little worried about how you'll fare, especially with that defense down. Go ahead. Oh, no. Go ahead and heal yourself. Let's see what they'll do. Ooh, I'm glad I did that, but I'm worried about everyone. I should have maybe taken Teal for the healing. Good damage from Wazzy. Just heal each other, honestly. Actually, no, heal Wazzy. I think, yeah, he's gonna be our biggest damage dealer in this fight. It's fine. I mean, it's not, but it's... Holy shit! I mean, kill me, I guess. I might have to load and swap out some equipment and just like power through the scenes, but we'll see. You know what? We'll worry about we'll worry about scoping in a sec. Let's get some damage under our belts. Nice! Love to see it. Ooh, we got a yare. Ooh, that slows him down? That's straight up an aura, my god. Okay, that's not great. Nice! Oh, and she counters by range. I like that. I like that a lot. Can you get to him? Yeah, good. Do it. Grazie. So you're Giorno. Got it. Get a scope out of the way. It's a good turn for it. Not do as much damage as I was hoping. Also, ow on Lloyd. Wow, at full health. I hate to waste the turn, I mean, because it's kind of better to have him do other shit. Is this my only revive? Might be. Okay, she can heal herself, that's fine. And Wazzy will get another turn. I don't want to save for that, but having them be slowed is so helpful. And I am almost out of heals. I should have maybe stocked on them. I would have had to trade in so much quartz, and I didn't want to do that. Go ahead and get the scope on this one. Oh. Did I already? I can't remember, but it looks like we did. Unless they count through, like dying and then you come back and it still counts? I don't know. It's all I have that heals. We've got no more revives. Get the weaker guy. Hoping that S-Craft might save my bacon. Nope. Ooh, hello. Might be able to make it through this. 65 health. Do it. Nice. Okay. Get a spell off, so do that. Oh, it's definitely going down if this doesn't kill, so... And he's still got to turn his strength up. Nice. Charge! Alright, Ellie, it's up to you. Ooh, ooh, ooh! Yes! Seal! Whatever status effect it is, yeah, that... Cool, we win. We win. GG, get wrecked. I was preparing for Ellie to hold out as long as she could and then die, but this is amazing. Thank you, Lady Timora, for the status effect! Nice, and Lloyd got the takedown on both. Bag of tricks. Oh, probably because I used items. That Walt could have gone XP. He's level 8 only, eh? Huh. I wonder if he'll be a support party member. Ugh! You damned kids! I knew they weren't going to be pushovers, but that was tough. One appeared to be using a military-grade firearm, too.
The newest model manufactured in Erebonia, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure that's just one of the many kinds of whoa, that voice. Their group smuggles. By the way, Lloyd, I must say you played your part as bait to perfection. The dramatic confrontation and fall. It looked so real it had me on the edge of my seat. Well, your plan didn't give me much of a choice, did it? I wasn't about to let anybody else put themselves in harm's way. And so you volunteered to take the role of bait for yourself. I was worried sick, you know. Sorry, Ellie. That soft-hearted nature of yours is sure to cause problems in the future. Although I don't necessarily find that part of you. Buy icons everywhere in this game, yes! Huh? Yeah, you know him and Walt are fucking. Anyway, I was able to exact my revenge, and it was all thanks to your help. Your cooperation has been much appreciated. You cocky little. Where do you get off acting like you've won? Now you've done it, you sons of bitches. From this day on, you've made an enemy of Ravash. Damn rookies will rue the day. All of the Diet members are on our payroll. Don't think you'll be able to get away scot-free. Is that what you think? What? Looks like you haven't taken your lesson to heart yet. New plan! I'm gonna hang you dumbasses upside down like a bunch of punching bags, then beat the absolute piss out of you! Please! Wait, Walt, that's going too far. Not to worry, you can leave the rest to us. Walt, try not to get too carried away, okay? These guys are professionals after all. They could bite back even stronger next time if you mess with them too much. Ugh, whatever. How about this, boys? Why don't we keep this friendly little spat to ourselves? I doubt pros like yourselves would want your bosses to find out. You got your asses handed to you by a bunch of brats like us. Such a pathetic report wouldn't go over well now, would it? Get bent, asshole. You'd be too large under if we were taking you seriously. My. If I'm no lawyer, but if you ask me, it's probably in your best interest to bow out now. Grace. I wondered if it was her. Grace! What are you doing here? I've been keeping my eyes peeled for my favorite new rookies these past few days. And much to my expectations, what an absolute feast of information you've given me. Oh boy, I'm dying to write up a riveting tale in my next article about this unlikely operation. Why, you're just some bitch from the local rag. You think you can take Ravash on, huh? Well, circumstances are more complicated than I care for, so I won't reveal your names. However, if you bad boys are caught pulling another stunt like this, I can't make any promises. Ugh. Fine, whatever, we'll be going now. But if you don't keep your word, lady... Yeah, standard issue threat, I got it. To be fair, though, you're the ones that should be worrying about keeping your promises. Who wouldn't want to be in hot water, would we? Cross that line again, and a little birdie told me you might find the bracers on your tails. What? The bracers? Just a little FYI, Arios was strongly considering taking over this case. Naturally, being as in demand as he is, he was totally up to his neck in requests. He figured he'd leave it in your guys' hands this time. Is that true? He's keeping tabs on us, eh? That appears to be the case. Oh, hell no! As if we'd ever be moronic enough to make an enemy of Arios McLean. There's no point in staying in this dump any longer. We're out of here. Oh boy, Arios McLean, the Divine Blade of Wind. I've heard my fair share about his exploits, but I don't think the name alone would be enough to send the Mafia packing. Ugh, to hell with this shit! Who do you think tops? Like, I know Wald's a bit... I bet Wazzy tops. Bet. Screw it, show's over, boys! Get your asses moving! We're leaving! Like, don't get me wrong. He puts up a fight, because that's half the fun. But when all is said and done, I bet you Wazzy tops.
Yeah! See, the Saber Vipers agree. They know. Actually, they probably don't. But, you know. I must say, I couldn't have done it without your help. So I'm assuming this means mission accomplished for you? Yeah, I suppose so. Though I guess our original mission was only to stop that one fight between your gangs a few days ago. Anyway, you shouldn't have a reason to go to war with Wald anymore, right? What are you going on about now? What? Whether the Mafia is involved or not, it's not like our relations with the Saber Vipers are going to change overnight. We're still going to view each other as a blight on our territory. That won't change. That's why you two need to become one big gang. Protect Downtown District. Be the Saber Testaments, or the Viper Tests. I don't know. You'll come up with a better name, I assume. Waziwald? Waldsy. Ooh, now we're just doing ship names. Well, Wald is just Wald. So it would have to be, Waldsy. Yeah, I think so. Or Walsey if you don't want to give Wald his full name in there, but I think Waldsy. Sure, there probably won't be another large conflict between us for a while, but our regular scuffles are bound to continue, no doubt about it. Hold on now! If you don't want our future fights to get out of hand, you're more than welcome to stop by and intervene when the time comes. Perhaps you could even join in on our amicable little disputes. I'd welcome— oh my, yes! I'd welcome you with loving arms. I don't get the impression that he's joking in the slightest. Well then, I wish you sweet dreams, everyone. Let us return, Abbess. Our crusade has ended. Let us withdraw. Yes, sir! What an incorrigible group of men. Leave them be. They're just a bunch of hot-headed dudes raring for a fight. Nothing you can really do about it. I mean, it sounds like from the normally it's more of like a fight club kind of thing. I mean, not, but technically yes. For once, you might be right. More importantly, we've successfully resolved our mission. Isn't that right, Lloyd? Yeah, for sure. It just doesn't feel very satisfying for some reason. We're still not good enough. We had to rely on someone else to finish the job yet again. How was that? Did I nail it? Well, what useless petty pride. There's nothing wrong with accepting a little help in times like these. How else are you going to uncover the full truth? Yeah, dude, we've still the prologue. We haven't had all game to grind. Only once you've understood this can you truly call yourself a detective. Just like your brother. Huh? Yeah, of course she's done her homework. Well, I guess it's time for me to head on home now. I gotta go exfoliate. You'd be surprised how much I work to keep my skin this flawless. Anyway, nighty-night. Yeah, alright, I like her. I mean, she's a brat, but I like her. Man, your brother was pretty famous, huh, Lloyd? Judging from what I've heard, it sounds like he was an extremely talented individual. When he was on the job, there weren't a lot of people that could outrank him when it came to proactiveness and persistency. At any rate, our mission is accomplished. Let's return to the SSS building and give Chief Sergei our report. I think I get the picture. I guess you guys did pretty okay for a bunch of rookies, huh? You pooled what little experience each of you have and found a way to win through. Thank you, sir. That is a compliment, right? Anyway, I'm sure you caught a glimpse of it during this case. The thorny, problematic side of Crossbell. Well, yeah, it's definitely going to be a pain in the ass. Crossbell's seedy underbelly, a complicated hotbed of corruption hidden just below the surface. It's true. Let me just remind you guys that the people over at CPD headquarters are anything but incompetent. Sure, some idiots decide to trade away their dignity for bribes, but most of our detectives are pretty damn capable. They've got morals, a sense of justice. However, they're often stopped by certain barriers. politicians and public officials who have sold their honor to the mafia, for example. So how about it, Lloyd? You ready to turn in your badge and become a bracer?
No, sir. These barriers are the reason the SSS was established, right?
Oh?
Protect civilians above all else. The Bracer Code is admirable, but it has its own limitations. Some problems can't be solved by that alone. Smuggling and illegal arms dealing, the sale of stolen goods and mirror laundering, collusion between the mafia and government officials. These are all problems that lie outside the Bracer's jurisdiction.
He's got a point.
So even the power of the supporting gauntlet has its limitations. That's right, they're the supporting gauntlets, how it should be. However, as police officers, we have the power to right these wrongs. Countless barriers may stand in our way, but the possibility of getting over them isn't... Trails from zero! I see what you did there. He's right. We, the Triple S, can create opportunities others can't for true change in Crossbell. That's what you're trying to say, isn't it?
Yeah, but hopefully I'm not being too optimistic.
I do think that reality is not as simple as you make it out to be. However, I agree that the possibility is never zero.
Take a look at this guy, would you? Dueling with the head of a delinquent group, volunteering as bait to lure out the mafia. Here I had you pegged as a serious type, but it turns out you're as hot-blooded as they come. I'm not really sure if hot-blooded is the right term, Randy.
Still, working with all of you on that last case helped me realize this. While it's true that we're still inexperienced, as long as we stick together, no matter how high they may be, there isn't a single barrier we can't overcome. Lloyd.
Well, how about that?
Perhaps the cheesiest speech yet.
You don't have to laugh that hard, Chief.
You think I had my head in the clouds, don't you?
I think you're fine the way you are. Well, it's true that the SSS was created under some complicated circumstances. It's your guys' job to decide where we go from here. Use this division however you see fit.
Chief,
I might not be able to give you much direct assistance with your missions, but if you end up pulling some crazy stunt and tick off HQ, I can at least toss you a bone and cover for you guys.
We appreciate it, Chief. I see you prefer a laissez-faire approach.
Sheesh. Being understanding is one thing, but this is getting close to carelessness, Chief.
Perhaps laziness is more apt.
Just one of the perks of being a no-good adult. Will the SSS remain a pale imitation of the Bracer Guild? Or will it become something new? Something that creates new possibilities for this city? I, for one, am going to kick back with a cigarette and watch the fireworks. I like it.
Here's the prologue. Yeah. Oh, yes, this is Exploring the Geofront. We got all of our bonus DP. Quarrel Arbitration. 12, wow. Presented with an Information Quartz as a reward for... Ooh, that's a nice one. That might even save us some... Ooh. Maybe for getting all the DP? Boop.
Seems like you've had another rough month, Arios.
Oh, it's him.
It's fine. Nothing new as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, I'm here regarding my payment.
No problem. VIPC as usual, I assume? Look, seeing as I'm the one giving you all these requests, I'm sure I'm the last person to talk. But maybe you should consider reducing your workload, just a teensy bit. I can only imagine how lonely poor Shizuku must be. Whoops. Sorry, I said I wouldn't bring this up anymore, didn't I? Oh, that reminds me, headquarters contacted me again. They keep bugging me to get you to accept the offer.
Are they seriously still at it? I've rejected their offer numerous times already. How many more will it take?
Well, can you blame them? I'm sure they're just desperate to find someone to fill the gaping hole Cassius Bright left when he quit. Didn't you two train under the same master? You're basically equals when you look at your stats with the guild, so hurry up and accept already.
While that may be true on paper, we're completely different people. Unlike Cassius, I haven't solved any conflicts on an international scale. To be honest, even being considered as equal is far more than I deserve.
Oh, don't give me any of that. We both know it isn't true. What about that case in Remiferia? The Grand Prince himself presented you with a Medal of Honor. If you ask me, that's more than enough of a qualification.
I have to disagree. I never truly resolved the issue. I may have prevented the immediate disaster, but the masterminds responsible are still out there. I'd actually intended to refuse the medal.
Gosh, Arios, you're just a regular stick in the mud, you know that? Come on, accepting that promotion will drop your workload a little bit. You've done over 100 requests this month alone for Idios' sake. That can't be healthy.
Well, I certainly don't feel like I bit off more than I can chew. Traveling for work isn't nearly as strenuous, now that there are more trains and flights coming in and out of the city. Besides, those 2 bracers transferring here should help reduce my workload a bit. Oh yeah, Stella and Joshua are fantastic at clearing requests.
Oh, you mean those kitties? I suppose you're right. They might be rookies, but I see a lot of potential in them. And at the very least, they'll be much more dependable than those kids in the SSS. Hello? Better get their voices ready. Oh, would you speak to the devil? Come on in, we're upstairs. Oh, the 2nd floor? Gotcha. I can't properly do their voices right now, but I'll do my best.
Thanks for having us. It's that too. Oh my god, what happened to her portrait?
Holy smokes! Arios is here too?
Oh, they both got an update. I mean, their sprites are literally identical, but I'm glad we managed to catch you while you're in. Yes, it's quite a lucky coincidence. It's been 3 months or so, hasn't it? I'm glad to see you're both doing well.
I never imagined we'd be seeing you two transferring to our little branch. Also, Michelle, that was bitchy about us. I just want you to know. This is just fantastic. Now that you're both here, we'll have Crossbell cleaned up in no time flat. We may be good, but we're not that good.
We'll do our best to live up to your expectations. I like how it's not naming them as if everyone playing this doesn't know who they are.
Oh, but where are our manners? We should officially introduce ourselves. Estelle Bright, Senior Bracer.
Joshua Bright, also a Senior Bracer.
Officially reporting for duty at the Bracer Guild Crossbell branch. Afternoon of the Wolves. I actually wasn't expecting initially for them to be in Crossbell arc, because I'm pretty sure they're not in Cold Steel, but I mean, hell, they might be.
Look at that! Look at that! No fucking proper road safety! Ugh!
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. It's gonna drive me a little nuts.
The chief sure is late. I'd like to start our morning meeting soon if we can.
I really don't think we can begin without him.
Ugh. I would have slept in if I knew we'd just be waiting around. Waking up at noon in the casino, letting the good times roll till the wee hours. That's the life.
The life of a hopeless reprobate.
I mean, I agree about the sleeping till noon thing, personally. Sorry I'm late, everyone.
Chief Sergey. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Shall we start the meeting now?
No need. Just got a call from HQ. You guys have been assigned a special mission today. Congrats.
A special mission?
I'm getting some bad vibes already.
Is it similar to the previous one?
Don't look at me. They didn't give me any details. You'll have to go to the main CPD building and find out yourself. Your client will be waiting for you there.
Song's definitely a head bopper whenever we hear it. 3rd floor. Ooh, we haven't been
there. Well, here we are again for another visit with Vice Commissioner Jackass. I can only imagine what he wants to bitch at us about this time.
Remember we were told that this was about a client waiting for us. I think it's safe to say he didn't call us here to complain. I have a sinking feeling he will find a reason to scold us regardless. I know what you mean. We can't let it get to us, though.
Lloyd Banning's reporting in. Special support section has arrived. Come in! Excuse us?
Oh, I recognize that uniform. Crossbell Guardian Force, right?
Oh, hell!
My. Is that how you greet a former superior, Officer Randy Orlando? She cute. Care to elaborate on any hidden meanings behind that outburst of yours?
No! I was, just surprised to see you here, that's all.
Do you two know each other? Your reaction is that of a man with a guilty conscience.
Oh, shit! Show some respect, you four! This here is Lieutenant Colonel Sonia Bales, Deputy Commander of the CGF.
Deputy Commander of the Guardian Force? But please forgive our misbehavior. Lieutenant Colonel is one of the higher ranks in the military chain of command. She is that distinguished.
Oh, you have no freaking idea. She is the CGF's second in command, after all. Taking into account her expertise and how much pull she's got in the force, she might as well be in charge.
At ease, detectives. So you're the special support section I've heard so much about.
Yes, ma'am. We were told you were looking to submit a support request with us. Is that right? You should feel honored, rookies. It's unheard of for useless greenhorns like ourselves to be called upon by the Deputy Commander herself.
Vice Commissioner Pierre, allow me to handle it from here.
But... Understood. I'll leave it in your capable hands, ma'am.
Thank you. Allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Sonia Bales, Deputy Commander of the Crossbell Guardian Force. I came here to ask the Special Support Section to lend us your expertise on a particular matter. Let me begin with a brief overview of the situation.
An investigation of monster attacks?
That's correct, Detective. Several locations throughout Crossbell have reported similar cases of monster attacks over the past month. We'd like for your division's cooperation in investigating this matter.
Wait, just a moment, please. You want us to investigate attacks that have been happening outside of Crossbell City?
Do you take issue with that?
No, ma'am, not at all.
Ma'am, if I'm not mistaken, the CGF is already conducting its own investigation into the matter, correct? Considering that, is there even room for us to help? Yes, plenty in fact. Too many questions remain unanswered to write these off as ordinary monster attacks. As much as I hate to admit, our investigators have hit a dead end. Therefore, I'm hoping the investigation will benefit from a different point of view.
A different point of view?
A trained detective's, to be exact. One that will differ greatly from a guardsman's. With that reasoning, however, I wouldn't specifically need the Special Support Section. I could have, for example, gone to the renowned 1st Division for their assistance instead.
Well, I would love to introduce you to them, but as you know, they are preoccupied with their duties.
As you can see, a number of unforeseen circumstances have led us to seeking the aid of the SSS. Are there any objections?
No, ma'am. We'll gladly accept your request and aid you in your ongoing investigation. How exactly would you like us to assist?
Sergeant Major Seeker? Oh, she a cutie too.
Yes, ma'am.
Here you are.
Oh, thank you.
Wait, huh? She seems... Is something wrong?
I'm fine. My apologies. I can't help but feel like I've seen her somewhere before.
A report? It appears to be a case file from the CGF. Correct. It contains all of our findings thus far. We'd prefer if you began your investigation having only read that file. Doing so will eliminate unwanted bias from your work.
I see. In that case, we'll look through it as soon as we're done here.
We leave it in your capable hands. Well, I suppose we'll have to excuse ourselves for now. We'll establish a direct line of communication with the SSS, so don't hesitate to contact us if you discover anything.
Roger.
My apologies for the disturbance, Vice Commissioner.
No, not at all. Feel free to drop by my office anytime.
Looks like you're a bit more comfortable with your current work, Randy.
Well, you know, I'd say the work here is more thrilling than staring at the border and doing drills all day.
Good to hear. I'm glad my efforts to transfer you were worth it. Let's head out, Seeker. Roger! I'll be taking my leave.
Oh, I like you. I mean, they're both beautiful, but I can tell Seeker's got some good energy to her. Phew! Man, oh man!
So she was your superior officer back in the Guardian Force, Randy. And don't get me wrong, I would take a round with a refined, elegant lady such as the Deputy Commander. But I like the energy of Seeker.
Sure was. She wasn't my direct boss, though. She just gave me a bunch of tips and pointers for our training and drill sessions. Don't let her gorgeous looks fool you. Oh, I can tell. Oh yeah! You cross that lady and bam! Full nightmare mode. She'll scare the piss right out of you.
Knowing Randy, I can only assume his terrible work ethic set her off on multiple occasions. I can absolutely see that happening.
I like how he's just standing there watching us.
He has a knack for getting in trouble with women.
On that note, do you know the girl that was accompanying the Deputy Commander, Randy? Nah, never seen her before. I'd bet a pretty mirror that she's in the Tangram Gate Division of the CGF. Those guys assist Deputy Commander Bales with her work. Oh, wait just a sec. Don't tell me you've taken a fancy to her. Well, Lloyd, was it love at first sight?
Well, stare.
What? No, it was nothing like that. I just had a strange feeling that I had met her somewhere before. Ahem! Oh, right.
How much longer do you rookies plan to take up space in my precious office, spewing this pointless drivel? Don't tell me. Is this a ploy by that good-for-nothing Sergei to have you come here and humiliate me?
No, sir, definitely not.
We're terribly sorry, sir. Please excuse our rudeness. I like these guns, by the way.
Go on, get out of here! To think that every single one of you ignored my warning. You should know full well what awaits you then. Well, hey now. Whatever. Enjoy that little investigation of yours out in the wilderness. I'm sure it'll be a fun little camping trip. Why don't we transfer your entire team to the Guardian Force while we're at it? We can boot that damn Sergei out along with you.
If you'll excuse us.
Ugh. Vice Commissioner Jackass strikes again. I swear, as soon as I step in there and see that dumb tuft of hair on his forehead, my blood pressure spikes.
A pathetic attempt to stave off a receding hairline. I suppose we were being disrespectful in front of him. However, that doesn't warrant his condescendingly vulgar tone with us.
Let's just try to forget about him for now, guys. We should head back to the SSS building and go through this report. After that, we'll need to decide on the direction our investigation should take.
Right. Lieutenant Colonel Bales gave the impression that these weren't ordinary monster attacks. I am curious what she meant when she said, "Too many questions remain unanswered."
Me too.
But I think we're going to get control here.
Oh, the report right away.
Summary: there has been a recent string of attacks by unidentified monsters throughout Crossbell. The Guardian Force has performed an investigation and attempt to evaluate the incidences. Witnesses at each of the 3 locations report seeing or hearing wolf-like monsters. The following 3 pages detail each case. Armorica Village, date time 3 weeks ago. Location, entire village area. Damages: crops and livestock of all families damaged to varying degrees. Damage not discovered until morning after, according to village chief. Eyewitnesses: none. All villagers asleep. Various canine prints were discovered inside the village. No similar... Guys, do we got werewolves?
Ooh, I hope it's werewolves.
St. Ursula Medical College, date time 1 week ago, night. Location, hospital premises. Damages: 1 medical resident was attacked and wounded by a trespassing pack of monsters, found by hospital staff the morning after. The eyewitnesses: the injured resident reported seeing black wolf-like monsters. None found near scene of attack. Statement was vague and possibly inaccurate. Maybe he was the wolf-like monster. Maine's Mining Village, date time 2 days ago, 10 p.m. Location in front of the inns. They all happened at night. Damages: 1 miner heading home was injured by a pack of monsters. Colleague rushed to his aid. Eyewitnesses, townspeople saw wolves escaping. Other evidence. Prints discovered near scene that resemble those found in Armorica village. Mining equipment in this town was damaged. As now the third incident, patrols may be necessary. This is worse than I thought. So it really is happening everywhere. It seems most of these incidents haven't been reported by the media yet, though.
Yeah, there's something fishy going on, no question. These are definitely not your typical monster attacks.
Do we know whether or not these wolf-like monsters are native to Crossbell?
I'm not sure, actually, but clear paw prints were found at the scene of each incident, so I think it's safe to say creatures like this exist and are in the area.
But the Guardian Force's investigation still hasn't confirmed their existence, right? That's a little disconcerting.
For real, these monsters must be pretty damn crafty if they're able to pull off all these attacks without ever being seen. I mean, shouldn't they have hired some kind of hunter to track them down instead?
Probably so. I am not certain we will be able to contribute much to this case.
Lloyd, what's the matter? Did that ace detective light bulb of yours start flickering again?
Not exactly. I was just thinking. I know these are monster attacks, but why don't we treat this as we would any other investigation? Well, I suppose the deputy commander did say she wanted a detective's point of view. Should we search for clues as per usual?
Yeah, and if we treat this series of attacks as all being part of one large case, who would be our first culprit? Obviously, those wolf-like monsters report mentioned, right? Sounds like a pack of them's been moving together.
True. And with that in mind, what would the profile and motive of the culprits be?
Huh? Motive?
Oh, I understand now. You're saying that a motive isn't apparent from these reports.
Exactly. If these monsters are intelligent as we suspect, they would typically stay away from populated areas. If the motive was hunger, the medical college would be the last place they'd look for food. There has to be some hidden truth that explains their seemingly irrational behavior. They're a group of eco-terrorist werewolves!
Logically speaking, that does make sense. I suppose we've settled on a direction for our investigation, then?
I think so. We'll start by visiting the affected areas and gathering information from anyone connected to the incident. By doing things our way, we'll be able to supply the CGF with some supplementary info at the very least.
I agree. Every little clue and lead we can find will go toward helping the Guardian Force.
Phew, that's a relief. Here I was thinking we'd be spending the day blindly hunting monsters in the mountains. That might happen tomorrow.
So, Lloyd, where do you suggest we begin our investigation?
Let's see. How about we start with Armorica village, the first area that was attacked? Considering the Armorica report was the most detailed, maybe we'll be able to gather enough clues to start building a profile of the monsters.
That sounds like a good start. Armorica village is northeast of Crossbell City, right?
Yeah, we should be able to get there by taking the bus from the east exit. And needless to say, this is our first mission outside of the city. We don't know what we're heading into, so let's make sure we leave well prepared. Makes sense.
To be safe, we should check any new support requests that have come in too.
Yep. Cool. Well, everybody, this is where we are going to leave things off for today. Thank you to everyone for joining me. I hope you had fun. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all next time for some more Trails from Zero. Bye-bye.